Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I am sorry. I was trying to play with some lighting because I know that my space seems to look a little dark. So I am hoping that I'm looking okay with you, for you guys and stuff. Let me open this up a little bit and stuff. And I think I am okay. I think you guys can see me. Hopefully you guys see a little bit of me and stuff like that. But during this whole Happy Embroidery Hour, one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to share my screen with you guys because I wanted to talk to you guys about the Etsy Star Seller program and stuff because I wanted to show you guys what I've been doing so that hopefully if you guys have an Etsy shop, you guys can kind of use the methods that I've been doing so that you guys can end up with that star badge too. So as you can see, hiding behind me right here, we have Mello. He's decided to join us this evening and stuff. So I just wanted to say hi to everybody. I see you walk my face. Thank you, sweetie. Appreciate it. Hey, my cozy craft room. I see Miss Sampson and Karen and Mary and Daisy, Miss Max. Hey, Kenya, Tracy, Robin. How you guys all doing? So I don't even have anything to drink this hour, guys. Oh my God, I got distracted and stuff, and I have a feeling that Mello wants attention now. So I'm gonna have to kind of play with him while I talk to you guys. And also, I am planning on saving my, sharing my screen with you guys because I wanted to show you guys some stuff. Okay, so you guys know that with Etsy, they started this Etsy seller program, right? And one of the things that they want to do is they wanted to highlight some of the Etsy shops that really have been doing really well in certain areas, right? So there are 3 areas, and actually there are really 4. If you look at the dashboard, they only advertise 3, but there is a 4th condition in order to make that. We're going to talk about that. Now, let's talk about the first 3, the ones that you see on the dashboard, right? What they want you to do is they want you to hit 95% satisfaction rate in the 3 areas that they have in that dashboard, which is how you respond to your messages, right? How, your rating, right? Your star rating. Oh, I had this on low. Well, okay. Yay, I see the light. Okay, I think I look better now. Thank God that fell. It fell right on the button and it like turned on the light. Isn't that funny, Mello? Anyway, so shipping. Okay, so let's talk about those 3 first, all right? We're going to talk about the response time, your shipping time, and your rating. Now, let's start with the response time. Now, when they're talking about the response, they're talking about all the messages that you get in your inbox, right? Now, one of the things that you're going to notice is that sometimes in your inbox, you're going to get something called spam. What it is usually people that are, sending you messages because they want to send you a coupon to their shop, or they want you to, you bought something from them. They want you to give them a review or, or some kind of advertisement, right? So what they'll do is they kind of like spam your inbox. Well, what Etsy wants in the Etsy Star Seller program is they want you to make sure that you respond to all the messages within 24 hours, right? So the way I handle the spams is I do read them, and then I notice that they are spam. And then what I'll do is I will mark them. And one of the things that I wanted to do was show you how they get marked. And I see he got a toy and a noisy toy. And hold on, I got to tell him to leave later. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, guys, because as much as I love Mello, he will distract me and then I'm going to lose focus. And I really want to share you guys this information that I have with you guys during this happy hour because I really think this is going to help a lot of you guys, especially for those that have Etsy stores, because, we're getting close to the holiday season where people are going to start buying. And, this is a brand new program that just came out. But the thing is, if you can get that badge, that Etsy seller star badge next to your shop's name, it's going to help you. Okay. So, or I hope it will, because that's what I am hoping for myself. I got it this month. It looks like I'm on track to get it again the next month. So, I just want to make sure that you guys understand the program and how it's working and what I do. So that way, hopefully this can help you as well. Okay. So going right back to it. All right. They started this and what they're doing is they're evaluating you out of 3 months of your shop operating. Okay. Now, in order for you to qualify in this program, you have to have had your Etsy shop at least open 90 days. All right. So there are 3 things that you're going to see on your dashboard. And I want to go ahead and I want to share my screen because I want to show you guys what the dashboard looks like. Okay. So I'm going to enter here and I am going to share my screen right here now. And I'm going to go to my shop area. All right. And right here on your left, you're going to see something that's going to say Star Cellar. Okay. Now, this is the dashboard that they're going to be using to rate you. Okay. Now, these numbers are going to change every month. Okay. Now, they actually do change on a daily basis. All right. Because if you look at it, this is my October progress. So as the date goes by, these numbers might change. Okay. So right now I'm hitting the mark perfectly on responding to all my messages. I'm hitting the mark perfectly on my 5-star, and I hit 98% on the on-time shipping and tracking. But I want to talk to you guys about each of these 3 in depth. Okay. Now let's talk about the messages. All right. And that's what I was talking about before I had to throw Mello out of the room. Okay. Let me go to the messages now. Right here, you're going to see that, you have your messages. Now here, this is a spam, right? So I'm going to click on this. Well, it's not really spam. It's just somebody asking for the review, but I'm going to mark it as spam. So what I'll do is I'll click this and you want to mark it. All right. Once you mark it as a spam, it's going to go into your spam folder. Okay. And it's also marked as a spam. Now, when you come in here, right, like this was me dealing with a customer, what you do is you when you're done having the discussion, label it. So how you label it is I highlight it, you go under label, I hit completed and done. Once I do that, as you can see, I have completed under here. So that means that this message has been responded completely, okay? So I'm going right back in there. So one of the things that I wanted to bring to your attention is, when it comes to the messages, right? The things that I wanted you to know is that labeling is pretty important. Now, a couple of habits is very, very good to have. Now, when you have your inbox in Etsy, make sure you clean it out. Make sure you archive it. Make sure that each of the messages that are in your inbox is labeled in some kind of way. Okay. If you have spam, mark it as spam, because what happens is if the message comes into your inbox and you do nothing, then Etsy's going to look at it as you're not reading your messages and you didn't respond within the 24 hours. So that's going to lower your rating on the messages. So what I usually do is I always clean that inbox out. Okay. Every day I go in, I look, if I see a message that needs a response, I go ahead and respond, and then I label it as complete because I did what I was supposed to do. If I see a message that's spam, then I mark it as, as spam, and it goes into my spam folder. And I even archive my messages too. So play with that level over there and so that way you can make sure that you mark every single message. Now, one of the things that I noticed when the Etsy program first started, my response rate was at 87%. And the thing is, I was like, why is it so low? Because I know, me personally, I do answer questions as to, I do answer the, my customers within the 24 hours. But what happened was I did not hit that complete button. I didn't label it. So it looked like it was still an outstanding message. So when I went to all of them and I hit complete, then all of a sudden my rating just shot right up. Okay. So if you look over here, and I'm going to add it to the screen right now, this is my last review. Okay. It shot up all to 100 because, as you can see, I did. So if you had an Etsy shop that's been open for quite some time, you're going to have two tabs here. You're going to have the current review, which is what they are calculating for this month, and then your last review period. Now, I'm looking at last review period. So as you can see, my last review period, I got 100, and then I got a 95% on the 5-star rating, and I got 97% on the shipping. Okay. Now looking at the current review, because this is now, okay, because now they are putting in the numbers for September. All right, because if you look right here, it says the data was, the review period is from June to August. Okay. Now what they're going to do is the next review, if you go into current review, it's going to be from July to September. And right now they're working on your September numbers. Okay. So the way I see it is, look at your dashboard. Do not think that, oh, I didn't make it last time, I'm not going to be able to do it. No, this dashboard really does help you, because look at your message response rate. If you see that it is low, go in your inbox, read those messages, and mark them as complete. If they're complete, you know what I'm saying? Mark them as complete, and you're going to see the very next day that response rate, it's going to go up. It will go up. Okay. So when I first started this, I really did not pay attention to the labeling and the marking as a spam. I was just leaving stuff in the inbox. I was responding to my messages, but I was just leaving them in my inbox. But then when I saw that it was kind of low, I was like, what's going on? And then when I started to actually mark it and clean it up and label it, that's when the response rate on the messages shot up to the 100, where it should have been, So just something that I wanted to share with you guys, because this is something that not a lot of people, know or even practice, of going in there and, looking at the message response rate, the labeling. I didn't know about that. I mean, well, I guess I did see it, but I just didn't think that it mattered to hit that button. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, So anyway, but now I know that if I wanted to keep that Etsy Star seller badge, I have to really pay attention to that inbox. So what I did was I cleaned it all out. So any new messages, I automatically hit complete right after I finish the conversation with the person. That way Etsy knows that that's a done deal. It's a done conversation. It's done. It's over. And it was responded to within the 24-hour period. Okay. Now, let me see what else. Okay. Let's talk about the next thing that's on here. Now, the next thing that's on here, let's see. Let's go back to my dashboard. Let's talk about the 5-star rating. Okay. Now, if you look at last time, last review, my 5-star rating was a 95. Now, I know why it went down to 95. I had one rating that was a 3-star and one rating that was a 4-star. Now, it's kind of funny. They gave me a 3 and they gave me a 4. And to me personally, I didn't think that it was my fault. I just think that, it's just one of those things. Like, I was selling those dad pillows, right? And I was putting the filler, right, to fill the pillow. Well, the lady was upset because she said I didn't give her enough stuffing. Well, you did have enough stuffing to fill it, but if you wanted a firm pillow, I mean, to me, the stuffing of a pillow, that's like a preference, right? because even, you know, there's so many different type of pillows, right? You got soft pillows, you got medium pillows, you got full pillows, you got solid pillows, you know. So to me, that was a preference, right? So all I told her was, you know, you got your filler. This is the type of filler, and if you want more filler, you can go to Walmart, and that's where you can get the rest of the filler, and you can fill it up as much as you want. So anyway, she left me a 3, which is okay. But, you know, I mean, she didn't write anything bad about the quality of the product. She said that it was a really, you know, nice pillow. It was exactly how she, you know, it was really nice. She liked the way it was made. However, it just didn't have enough stuffing that she would have wanted to have. So I kind of did, you know, kind of looked at that as, well, that's a personal thing, right? The other person left a 4 because it's a one pocket pillow. Well, they thought that the pocket in the front was 2 pockets instead of 1, so they left the 4. But they didn't say anything bad. They just said that they liked it. They just thought it was a 2 pocket pillow, not a 1. So to me, that kind of gave me an indication. All right, so I better go into that listing and make sure I specify in there that this is 1 long pocket. It is not 2. So, you know, I looked at that as, you know, he gave me a 4-star, and I looked at that as that was a good thing because, you know, he thought that, and I guess looking at the design, you could have thought that, you know. So I was like, okay, well, that's reasonable, you know. So I was like, let me, you know, use that as something to help, you know, change my you can turn yourself inside out to please certain people. Yeah, you sure can. I tell you, you can't please everybody. You know, you're right, Iris. You can't please everybody. But anyway, but those were my 2 reviews that kind of like, you know, bumped down my rating a little bit. And I was okay with that. You know, I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, it's going to happen. All right. Now, the reviews on Etsy. This is my take on it. Okay. You do the best you can. All right. You know, try to be as clear as possible in the description, because like that gentleman that purchased the pillow, he thought it was 2 pockets. It was really 1. So to me, I looked at that as that was probably constructive criticism, because he alerted me that this can happen. So you do the best you can. One of the things that I do is I do send a card, and I tell people, hey, let me know before leaving me neutral or, you know, or negative feedback. You can reach out to me. Now, in defense of that the lady that you know was upset about the filler, yes, she did reach out to me. But the thing is, like I said, the reason why I kind of, you know, said, all right, well, you know, you can get extra filler at Walmart was because to me, I looked at it as that's really a personal thing, right? It's a personal preference. But I also looked at it as you know, good criticism too. Okay, because I didn't think about that. You know, people sometimes have different expectations on how a pillow should feel, right? You know, because I know me myself, I sleep with a soft one and a hard one. You know, so sometimes, you know, I'll lean on the soft pillow, sometimes on the hard pillow. So what I decided to do was, now I'm going to go back to my listings, and I'm actually going to put, there is enough filler to just fill up the pillow. Okay. You know, if you desire more filler, you know, or something, I was thinking of maybe telling them to add the $3 or something like that, and I can put in an extra pack. I don't know, but there's something that I'm thinking about, because I know Christmas is coming, and you know, I do want people to, you know, get what they want, you know. But you know, sometimes responses can be a little tricky with the, you know, with the reviews. You know, you have some customers that when they reach out to you, they really do have legit concerns, and I have no problem addressing those. But then you do have the hustlers out there, okay? And, you know, they are out to just get something for nothing, or, you know, they're really out there to hurt other people. The way I look at it is, when something happens, take everything as an individual incident and just deal with it with the best way that you feel is right for you. Okay. Me personally, I love having my 5-star reviews. I do, but I am not going to let somebody take advantage of me either. You know, that's how I kind of look at it. It's like I'll fight you tooth and nail, because if I know that you got what you're supposed to get, I'm not gonna, you know, I work too hard to let somebody take advantage of me. I know there are some situations where some people will just say, okay, fine, just give them back the money. You can do that. Sometimes some people will give some money back instead of all the money back. But like I said, me personally, I do it on an individual basis. I mean, there have been times when I've refunded money. Like I used to sell personalized umbrellas, and I bought umbrellas from a wholesaler. And some of the umbrellas, they came out great. Everybody loved them. I did have one particular person, the umbrella, I mean, he bought it from me literally like 2 weeks, and then it broke on him. Now, he sent me a picture of it, and I saw that. And, you know, I mean, it could have been the wind. He could have dropped it or something like that. You know, I don't know. But the way I looked at it was he just had it for 2 months, you know. It should not have broken in 2 months. I don't know if he broke it on purpose. I doubt he did, though. I don't think, you know, I don't know. You kind of have that intuition. You know when someone's trying to hustle you and when someone isn't. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to me, I was like, I had no problem giving back the money on that situation, because to me, I was like, that is a broken umbrella. And then I started, you know, after he showed me that, I started looking at the umbrellas that I had left, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to sell these anymore, because I don't want to be known as somebody to sell bad quality stuff. That's not my thing. Okay. So anyway, but reviews can be kind of tricky. Now, one of the things is I do put a sticker on each of the invoices whenever I send them out. And on the invoice, on the sticker, one of the things that I do is I put thank you for your purchase. Here's a sample of what it looks like. See, this is how I do it. It says, thank you for your purchase. Our goal is to earn your 5-star rating. And then in the little writing, because I know it's real hard to see, it says, if there is an error, please contact me before leaving neutral or negative feedback. So the key word here is error, okay? Which I made errors, because I remember last week I talked about, you know, somebody ordered 2 hats and I packaged one. That was a mistake on my part, you know? So, I mean, you know, I literally did package one. I did not do the 2. And then I went and I packaged the other one, and I sent it priority mail, because I felt bad, because I was like, oh my God, you know, I can't believe I made such a dumb mistake like that. But, you know, mistakes happen and stuff. And she was really nice about it and understanding and stuff like that. And then what I did to make up for it was I didn't just give her the hat and sent it priority shipping. I also threw in some scrunchies for her, because I figured, oh, she'll probably like the scrunchies too. So, you know, but yeah, you know, reviews can be kind of like, you know, just do the best you can with them. That's the only thing that I can do. You know, your gut feeling, you know what I'm saying? And of course, the goal is to always try to get those 5 stars. So, you know, make sure you package your stuff really good. Make sure that, you know, it looks exactly like the picture that you put on your listing, okay? Like, I know a lot of people, when they do listings on Etsy, they use all these props, okay? Sometimes the props are nice. They make the picture look pretty, but I'm going to be honest, the customer wants the product, all right? So if your props show more than your item, to me, you overpropped. That's how I look at it, okay? So, you know, a lot of times when you look at some shops that sell a lot of their items, right? When you look at their picture, all it is really just a nice, simple background with the item and maybe 1 props on there. Some, you know, some folks, they put the item, and then they have all these props around the item. And then what ends up happening is all those props actually take away from the item. And it also can give the customer the impression that that item that they see in the picture is not really the true item. And that's the last thing you want, is to give the impression that maybe there is some type of misrepresentation in some way. Okay. So, you know, to me personally, I like the simple pictures because it's that item that that person is really focusing on. So make sure that the picture of your item looks exactly as the item you are delivering, as close as possible. I actually prefer, me personally, I prefer to actually take a picture of the physical item. Now, I know like a lot of people do the shirts, right? I like the idea where people buy the fabric and they cut it in squares. They actually embroider the item on the, they actually, sorry, they got drama going on at the neighborhood all the time. Blech. Anyway, they actually take fabric, right, and they cut it up, and then what they do is they embroider the fabric, and then they just fold it. That, to me, I like that idea for the simple fact that you see the actual embroidering of the product, right? You see how it's actually going to stitch out with a person's name and all that kind of stuff. If you do like a Photoshop and all that kind of stuff, I don't know. I mean, to me, you got to kind of be careful, because if that Photoshop image really doesn't look like your end product, you could kind of like, it could be an issue. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But that's just my opinion. It's just be careful. And my whole thing is just make sure the photo looks exactly as the item. Because the thing is, that's going to come out in your reviews. People will come out and they'll say, oh, wow, this, you know, I like it, but it didn't look like the picture. You know, you don't want that, because you want somebody to say exactly as pictured, exactly, you know, what you see is what you get, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, you want to make sure that that happens, so that way your reviews can really go up there and stuff. All right, now let's talk about the other thing that happens in the dashboard. Okay, we got shipping. Okay, now shipping can be a little bit on the tricky side. Okay, now if you are like me, I don't just sell my items on Etsy, I also sell my items locally around me. Okay, so what ends up happening is sometimes a person will come to me and say, hey, Jeanette, I want to have this customized, right? So what I was doing was I was creating a listing on Etsy and having them purchase the item on Etsy, and then I was locally delivering it to them. Now with Etsy, a lot of times what they want to do is they want to track tracking numbers and, you know, and things that you ship out. So obviously, if I am, you know, selling something to someone locally, there really isn't technically a tracking number, okay? Because I went to their actual door and I knocked on their door and I gave them their product. So that sometimes doesn't, you know, it kind of lowers your rating when it comes to the shipping. So I started looking in the Etsy policies, and they really didn't have too much feedback on the local deliveries. But what I started to do was I started to just kind of like, you know, go in there and create like little fake track numbers and go under other, right? You go under other, and I would put fake tracking number, and then I would put delivered by me, right? You know, you just try to populate that as much as possible. So that way you're not dinged, because what will happen is if you have an order that you completed, but it doesn't have a you know, tracking number, then what happens is it kind of lowers your rate. Okay. The other thing is make sure that your Etsy listings have a processing time. Okay. Processing time means the time that it takes for you to actually make the item before shipping it out. Because what they do is they start the clock with the processing time. Okay. Now, let's say I have an item and I say that it takes 1 to 3 days to process. Well, Etsy's gonna expect a shipping label to be printed out and the item is shipped by the 3rd day. Okay. Or I think it's the 4th, but it's the 3rd, something like that. I usually always ship my stuff the next day, or if anything, every 2 days, depending on what it is. So that's very, very important. If you have listings out there that don't have processing times, that's going to lower your rating as well. So one of the things that I did was I went down every single listing that I had, and I actually found a couple of my things that did not have a processing time. And what I did was I made sure I filled that out. Now, I believe Etsy now will not let you renew any listings that don't have a processing time. They're making it mandatory for you to have that in there, which I think is great, because if anything, this helps you, okay? So, you know, something that you really should think about. Now, this is another thing that, you know, is part of the Etsy Star Seller that isn't really like on your dashboard, okay? Now, we talked about the response time, okay? Just your emails, your ratings, right? Your 5-star ratings, and we talked about your shipping. The other thing that you have to have is your orders, all right? If you go under the program, there's like a little section, and let me show you. I'm gonna add this in because I want to show you guys where you actually, if you keep going all the way down here, it has right here, how do I become and what's the criteria, right? When I clicked on this, look, it has 1, 2, 3, your response, your shipping, and your 5-star rating. Right here, it has orders, okay? There is a criteria for the orders. You have to maintain at least 10 orders and around $300 of sales, depending on your shop currency, in your 3-month review period, okay? And you have to have been on the Etsy's platform for at least 90 days since your first sale, okay? So that is something that you don't see that, you know, on the dashboard, okay? But they want you to have at least 10 sales and $300 worth of sales. So I've been pretty good. My sales have been really, I've been very fortunate. I've been hitting the $1,000 mark every month now. You know, I've been doing pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. And I think that's why I've been now working so hard with trying to prep up, because my sales have really increased. And this is my prediction, and I'm hoping that I'm right. If not, then I guess I'm gonna have a lot of supply. So anyway, but I am hoping that this will be like the most busiest Christmas and Thanksgiving that I've ever seen. Okay. So, last week, one of the things that I talked about on a Happy Embroidery Hour was make sure you get ready for those holiday sales. Make sure that you have enough shipping supplies. Make sure that you buy the supplies that you need to make your items, the fabric, all the thread. This is the time to do it. If you need heat vinyl transfer, order it now, because what's going to, the last thing you want is for you to be in the middle of a project or the orders start coming in and then you don't have the materials. And then you have to go to the vendor and wait for those materials, because chances are, as you are rushing to get that material from those vendors, buying your vinyl and stuff like that, trust me, there's going to be other people out there that need those materials too, shipping boxes and bags and all that kind of stuff. And you don't want to be in a position where you got to worry about those things. So the way I looked at it for me, myself, is because this is only me, Carlito's not here to help me. Fred, he does his thing. And then I got Mello running around. I just want to make sure that I can focus on what I really need to focus on. So my whole goal this month and next month is all preparation, is looking at my inventory, making sure I have more than enough, and looking at all my past sales, see what it is that people have favorited, see what has sold a lot, see what I sold a lot last year. Also see what kind of new designs I can come up with and put it in the shop as well, that, are kind of, could be close to what I've sold in the past. And maybe this will also sell as well. So I've been doing that a lot, and also getting the room more organized and, having a process set. So that way, when the sales come in, I know exactly how I'm going to process all the sales. So I can just keep it going, get into like factory mode, just make sure everything just runs smooth, can't have any hiccups and stuff. So, to me, I just, it's just something that I've been focusing on now. So my whole thing, is just really, focus on that. I mean, really try to focus on your shop and everything, because, if you can get the Etsy Star Seller, I am hoping, okay, because from everything that I read, if you look in there, it says that Etsy will promote your shop more and stuff like that. Is it true? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm seeing the same amount of sales that I've always seen, and sales can be kind of iffy if you ask me, sometimes, a lot of times the stuff that people buy from me are mostly gifts that they give for other people. They want the kitchen towel with their friend's name on it because it's for their birthday or grandma or something like that. So it's not like something that, I don't know, it's not like food where people always go and buy, you know what I mean? So, you're going to have your up and down on your sales. Sometimes you're going to make good sales, sometimes bad. When I look at the trend, because I don't know, last week I was telling you guys I'm all about data, right? When I looked at the trend of my shop for last year, I noticed that, I have periods in my shop where my sales really skyrocketed. November and December was a big month for me last year. A lot of people did purchase from me. Mother's Day, Father's Day is also a big time for me as well. So if this year is the same as last year, I know I'll probably be busy. I am hoping that with getting the Etsy Star Seller badge, that will help make my store more busy. Now, I notice when I am logged on in Etsy, I don't see the Star Seller badge. But when I sign off and I look up my store, I can see the badge next to my name, and I could see that they kind of they do put that little star in there, promoting your shop a little bit, saying that it's kind of like telling the public you're in good standing. That's kind of like what it is. So I kind of look at that as, okay, it's not a bad thing, because that means that if someone looks at something in my shop, they can have confidence that, I'm in good standing with the company. And at the same time, a lot of people that have purchased from me seem to be happy with what they got. So I look at it as, will it help? I don't know, but I don't really look at it as something that'll hurt either. Okay. So it's just something that, to me, I'm kind of like, let's see where it goes. We'll see where it takes me. Okay. Let's say that. So right now, my goal is to continue to have that Etsy Star Seller badge from, so I know I'm on track already to get it this month as well, unless something crazy happens. Because, we're only on the 10th of September, right? So you never know if something crazy happens, right? But we'll see, what happens. If, my goal is really to try to hold on to that star badge till at least November and December for those sales. So we'll see how it happens. Now, another thing too that I realized is when I was reading through the program, they did say that they were going to make modifications to the program as time progresses. So I'm thinking they probably will, because to me, with my situation anyway, I don't see to really have a big problem meeting those standards that they have in place. The answering of the messages, I seem to do that pretty good. I don't seem to have a problem with that. The, shipping things on time, don't have a problem with that either. The only thing that, I don't have a problem with the reviews. The only thing that I am concerned about the reviews because they're looking at it from the perspective of the customer only. And like I said, there can be people out there that can be nasty. Let's call it what it is, okay? Some people do things to hurt other people. And, you could unfortunately come up with a customer that it's just bad news, and sometimes you can turn over backwards, okay? And they're just jerks. Because I know I did that. And not that I did that. I wasn't a jerk to somebody, but what happened was that I have one situation for you. I used to sell stickers. So I sold the sticker to this person, and the person, it was a vinyl, right? And I sold it with directions on how to apply the sticker. So I gave it to him. I sold him the sticker with the instruction, and he applied it wrong, and it came out wrong. So I said, no, you did it wrong. I said, okay, don't worry about it. So what I did was I sent him another sticker, free, okay, with instructions and a link to a video showing how to do it step by step. So he still did it wrong. And then he started saying, what should I do? So like that. So it got to the point where I was like, I can't help you anymore. So he got pissed off. He gave me a 1 star. So I responded to his review saying that I could not do anything more. You were provided a free product, instructions, and a video. Can't help you and stuff. And then he started sending me nasty emails and stuff. So I just basically kind of blocked him, and I just told him, don't contact me anymore, and don't buy from my shop. I mean, sometimes you do have. Let me tell you, you got some winners out there. I tell you, you got some winners. You can't satisfy everybody, because sometimes some people they just. It's an interesting world. Let's just say that. Okay, very, very interesting world out there. So, okay, it is 8:41, and I don't have a monitor here. So, but I want to see if you guys have any questions and stuff like that, and I will try to answer them. And I always like to say hi to you guys and stuff. Hey Mary, I see. Hey everybody. I think I said hi. Hey Renee, how are you? Hey Christian, Karen. Hi Mello. Yeah, Mello boy, he's a trip. Hi from Texas. Hey RJ, how are you? Welcome. Hey Ozzy. And the Hoop Troop, how are you guys doing? Hey Juanita, how are you? How you doing? Thank you for noticing that I placed the fuller design on the board. No one else did. It was not easy for me to do. Oh, Miss Max, yes, I did notice that. And I have to tell you, if you guys look at the Facebook group, Miss Max did the towel set, and she did it in emboss file. And you guys, I don't, if you look in detail, she centered the embossed file on the stripe of the towel. Never did I think of doing such a thing, and it came out beautiful. When I did the towel like that for my parents, I did it above the stripe. I did not even think about putting it through the stripe. And I have to tell you, Miss Max, it came out gorgeous. I mean, you were on the money on that, girl. You really were. I mean, you did a good job on that towel. I loved it. Loved the way it came out. Now I feel like going to Target and getting another towel set and doing the same thing you did, girl. I want, because it came out really, really nice. I loved the way that the file sat on the stripe. I really do. I mean, it came out gorgeous, gorgeous. It's a, hey, Robin. Hey, Norma, how are you? I thought the design was very pretty. Yes, the design was. I mean, she was really stupid. I bet Miss Max. It seems like they're going down the road eBay did. They want you to jump through hoops. Next, they want you to accept all the items to be able to be returned no matter what the reason. Karen, yeah, and it's kind of funny because this is my perspective on this. I've heard some people say that that it's kind of touchy, right? You got to look at it from both sides, okay? Um Etsy has a platform, and the platform is for you to use so you can sell your stuff. And what their job is to bring the customers to you and to all the sellers on their platform, right? And they get their fee for it. Now, I'm gonna be honest. When I looked at the Etsy seller thing, I was thinking, what is this at first? But then you sit back, and this is how I started looking at it. Look at the stuff that they're rating you on. They're rating you on responses. They're rating you on the shipping, and they're rating you on the ratings. If you have a store, you should, if you really think about it, you really should be shipping your items on time. You really should be trying to get those 5-star ratings. And you really should be responding to your customers, shipping, and those are things you really should be doing. Honestly, if you really should. So is it a bad thing that they're kind of like monitoring it? Sometimes, at first I was kind of like, but then you think about it and you're like, if you really, let's really, really think about it, kind of helps you. I think it does. Because when I first looked at my dashboard and I saw the messages and it said I had like at first 85%, I said, how could that be? But then I found out that I could label them. Then all of a sudden it went to 100. So if you really think about it, okay, and I like to think of things, I like to look at things in a positive way, all right? Everyone's there for a reason, right? Etsy is a company that has been stood up, and it's to create a platform so that you can sell your items. Or they're trying to do as much of the advertising and bring the community to you so that they can buy your items. And at the same time, as you're selling your items, I kind of look at it as it kind of helps you as a seller to see how you are doing, right? So, I mean, it's great if you get the badge. If you don't get the badge, I don't think it's the end of the world. I really don't. But in all fairness, you should kind of look at the dashboard and see why, where you're faltering, where you can improve upon, because you should always be trying to improve, right? People, you don't become great by just ignoring issues, kind of, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, so they're making money off of you. Yeah. But you know what? So we're making money off of them too. So, it's one to me, I look at it like one hand is washing the other, right? And you don't have to do Etsy. I mean, there's Shopify, there's so many other things you can do. So I don't know. I mean, to me personally, at first that dashboard did freak me out a little bit. But then as I started to really look into those areas of my shop and started to understand, and, then I was like, okay, this is something that can help me because it can help me improve, So I kind of look at it that way, eBay, see, I sold in eBay a long time ago, but what I was doing was Carlito was a little kid and I was selling all his used clothes and all the stuff that I didn't need anymore to other, because, after I gave birth, I had natural childbirth. I'm gonna tell you something, that thing hurt, okay? No epidural, no nothing. And then when people said you're gonna have another one, I was like, no, so I had no problem selling the stroller and everything else because I was like, not having no more. So that's the only time I used eBay and stuff. But that's just my take on it and stuff. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Robin. Hey, Shayna. How are you? Hey, Angela. You can turn yourself inside out. So please. Yep, Iris. How true that is. You do the best you can. That's all you can do. Hey, Eva. Evelyn, how are you? Hey, Linda. Hey, Eartha. I don't know about completing the combos. Good to know. Yeah, you know, Mary, I didn't know either because they were giving me 85%. And I was like, I know I'm talking to these people on a timely basis. And then when I saw that label, then I said, that's what they're talking about. So I'm telling you, go in there, do that, and you should be good. Hey, Daisy, some people on Etsy are just a little cool. Yeah, but Daisy, it makes the world interesting. I got to tell you. Everybody's, different, but you just got to watch it too. You're going to have people that will sometimes try to take advantage. I've seen it, Hey, Miriam. Hi, everyone, to be here. I have not been well trying to mend, but I love being here. Makes my day. Oh, Miriam, keep smiling, girl. Keep the head up. Keep the head up, okay? And if you need anything, just reach out, okay? How do you deal with a customer saying something was a mistake or the stitch is ugly? Well, don't buy from me again then. I don't know, RJ. This is the thing. That's why I'm saying. Now, the question, RJ, that I would have with that is, was that a custom order? Okay. Because this is how I look at it. That's why sometimes that's why I was saying, make sure your picture is a true representation of what you're selling. Okay. So, if you didn't like it and you thought it was poor, then why'd you buy it? Then why'd you buy it? You should have kept looking for other stuff, And you know what? Then return it then. Have them return it. And then when you get it back, then you can refund the money. That's all. That's what I would do. Just have them return it. Now, custom orders, I always tell people up front, okay, you sure this is what you want? Because I will tell you, I've had some people that they want a certain design, and the colors they pick, I'm like, okay. I just ask them like twice or 3 times. You sure this is what you want? You don't want to look at anything else? I got all these colors. You don't want anything else? This is really, truly what you want. All right. Once the machine starts, there's no stopping it, right? Okay. All right. It's what you want. Got it. All right. Then I'm going to hit the button, and that's what I do. So it's like everybody's got different tastes. So RJ, and I'm going to be honest with you. If this is someone that's working locally, then that's not a customer. Remember, not everybody has to be a customer. Not everybody has. I have turned down customers. I really have. And sometimes it's just a feeling, for the simple fact that the last thing you want is to have the wrong customer, because customers talk. And then what happens is sometimes they're difficult, or they don't know what they want. And then next thing you know, your reputation is down the toilet. Okay. So, my whole thing is, don't, just because somebody asks doesn't mean you have to do it. That's how I look at things and stuff. Hey, Harmony, how are you? Let's see. Overpropped. Love it. What? Hey, Miss It is overpropped. I am telling you guys the truth. Sometimes you see more props in that picture than the actual item. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest, I'll look at a picture. Sometimes I wonder, what is this item again that I'm looking at? Because it's like you have all this stuff around it. And it takes away from the actual item that the person's trying to sell. I'm just trying to put it out there. Just something for you guys to just think about, Congratulations. You deserve it 10 times over. Keep up the good work. Oh, thanks, Mary. Appreciate it. So I am working hard, boy. And I know November and December, if the sales go the way I'm kind of thinking that it's going to, oh my God. You guys are probably going to see me with my hair a mess for every Friday. I'm going to be like, exhausted and stuff. Hey, G, how are you? Sometimes you have to be careful. Not everyone is an honest customer or safe either. Yes, Iris, that is very, very, very true. I mean, and you sometimes customers are not honest, and then sometimes they're just, there's hustlers out there. There really are. There really, really are. And and I want to be honest. I mean, one of the things is I like selling on Etsy because it's really, here's my product, it's there, you see it, you like it, you buy it, and then it's like, to me, an easy transaction, right? I do sometimes sell locally. I try not to sell as much locally for the simple fact that I want to try to put this in a nice way. Okay. It's not that the people around me are mean or anything like that, okay? But it's just that, I think we touched about this a little bit. People don't sometimes understand what embroidery is, right? So I have a lot of people that sometimes they'll come up to me with stuff and they're like, "Can you put my name on this?" And sometimes I'll look at it, and then you gotta think about hooping, you gotta think about the stabilizer and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes I'll just tell them, no, I won't do it. And then they get mad. They get mad because they think I'm being mean or something like that. And then you'll even try to explain to them why. And this is the other feel that I have. When I'm selling stuff on Etsy, these are products that I'm selling, okay? So I know how to embroider this stuff inside out. If I take a kitchen towel and it goes into the machine and it messes up, it's not a problem. I take that kitchen towel, I cut it in half, and I'll use it for a dust rag or something like that. And then I'll go grab a new towel. But if you come to me with something that you bought, I like to look at it, and I want to make sure before I stick that in that machine, I'm confident that I know how to embroider that. Because if that machine eats up that book bag or that lunch bag or shirt or whatever, I have to replace it. And I have to be honest, I don't like being in that position, So, sometimes I will do it. It's kind of reluctant. I don't know if I'm saying that word right, but reluctantly, I think y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? But sometimes I'll do it, but when I do it, it's because I actually touched it and I felt it, and I know I can hoop it and do it right, okay? And I, even before I put it in, I let them know up front, okay? I can do this, but no, there's a possibility this can happen. Are you okay with that? Because I'm like, now I have to be on, even with that, I'll replace it because I messed it up. They gave me a good product and the thing. But let's say, like the lady that wanted me to, she had a shirt and it had some embroidering on it, and she wanted something else to be put on it. So she wanted the embroidery to be taken off and the sun to be put on. And I said no, for the simple fact, first of all, I know how long it's going to take off all that embroidery. And then when you take out all that embroidery, guess what? You have fabric that had a lot of holes. And then what's going to happen is then you're going to embroider on top of that. I don't know how that's going to come out, because already the fabric has been kind of degraded in some kind of way because it was embroidered on before and it has a bunch of holes in it before. And I don't know what kind of needles they used. They used a sharp or ballpoint. And I don't know how long that embroidery's been on that shirt, and I just don't want to touch it. I just don't. And this is the other thing too. When I work on something, I want to make sure that it's good quality work that leaves my shop. If I cannot guarantee good quality work, I don't do it. Period. I won't touch it. I don't care, because I don't need the $10 or $20 that bad. Because to me, it's like my reputation is everything. And I want to make sure that what I can do comes out really nice. So, like I said, if you have a bad feeling about an order, don't take it. And I've turned down orders on Etsy too, where people have, if they ask too many questions or something, and it's not that too many questions, but you get that feeling, like something's not right. And, one lady, she was asking me about the napkins, and then she said, well, they're very picky. And then she goes, well, what's the quality? And then I said, well, this is what the napkins are. And then she goes, well, what if I brought my own napkins? I was like, nope. I was like, you know what? somebody else should do your napkins for you, not me. Because the way I looked at it is, I like to embroider. I don't want somebody to come in and make something that I enjoy unenjoyable. Or is that a word, unenjoyable? You know, that it's no longer fun. That's not why I do this. I do this because I like doing it, and I want to keep doing it, and I want to learn more, and I want to be better. I don't need that kind of pressure or negativity. So to me, it's like, I'll just be like, nope, 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 nope. I just don't want to deal with it. So anyway, that's just my take on it. I mean, that's just how I am. But yeah, and so, let's see. Everyone's been recovering you. Oh yeah, I hope everybody's doing okay and stuff. I hope everyone, recovering and stuff. So some people are just they are. I always say some people dirty. I tell you, real dirty. Sucio. Sucio y malo. Let's see. Do I have any more questions? My new phrase is people. Oh, thank you. Okay. I just opened my Etsy shop 2 days ago, and I want to know, how do I get notified if I get an order? Girl, Miss Brown, let me tell you, it's the most beautiful sound. You're gonna have your phone, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna get when the order comes in, it's gonna go ching ching, and when it goes ching ching, then you're gonna be like, oh my god, I got a sale, I mean, and then when somebody favorites an item or something like that, you get like ding ding, like a little bell. Sounds like a little bell. But you'll know. But always check your little dashboard. That's what I usually do. Every morning I walk, I wake up and I go to my Etsy shop, and then I look at my dashboard, and then, and then I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then I'll just kind of look at the store just to, well, I'm actually on it all the time. Honestly, lately I've been on it like a lot, because I'm looking at all my listings. I'm making sure everything's neat and everything's clear and all that kind of stuff. But Miss Brown, you're gonna know. You're gonna hear the wonderful sound of money. That's what it is. It goes ching ching. That's what's gonna happen. So, I agree, it's good now, but I'm afraid that they will get like eBay and aside with the customer no matter what they say. Yeah, Karen, I know. I mean, remember there was a time when everybody was like, the customer's right no matter what, but it's just something that you just got to hope that you don't bump into that situation. So to me, I just look at it as, if you try to do the best you can to try to avoid getting in that situation. And like I said, you don't have to take every sale. You don't. Let me see. I'm glad that you explained about custom listings that are delivered and picked up by the customer. Good information. Yes. Yeah. Make sure that, you have your processing time for your custom listing. Okay. Make sure you have that in there. Because that's a mistake that I made. That's why you see 98% in my dashboard for this month, because I did the custom listing and I did, I did the tracking number, but I forgot to put a processing time. So make sure that you put your processing time, and make sure that you put in a dummy tracking number. Just go to other, and then I just do like 1000001, and then the next one will be 10002, and then I just put delivered by Jeanette, and stuff. That's how I do it and stuff. I was talking about hand delivery. Let's see. Hi, congrats. Puerto Ricans doing better. Whippa! Keep working. Love your channel. Thank you, Lucy. Are you having a little juice over there? Good vibes. Miss Max, let me tell you, I forgot my drink. It's actually downstairs, and I didn't have time to bring it up. So I'm like, I'm talking to you guys all dried up, It's a full-time job. It is. It is. Love your laugh. You make us all happier. Very good time tonight. Start with my mail. Great information. Hey, Lori, how are you? And stuff. Yeah, so guys, it is 9. I'm actually gonna stop on time and stuff because I am dry and stuff because I forgot my drink. I left it downstairs. I did not bring it up with me and stuff. But anyway, I wanted to share with you guys all the stuff that I did to try to get to that Etsy star seller because just like everybody else, when they first started this program, I looked at my dashboard and I was kind of like, oh, my numbers are kind of low. Why? Oh, there is something else that I forgot to mention, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm gonna turn on the screen right now because I want you guys to see this also. Okay, this is important. Thank goodness I remembered. And thanks for hanging in there because look, I want to show you something, and I hope you guys can see this. If you look at my current period, okay, see right here where it has message rate response and then the 5-star rating, and then you have your one-time shipping and tracking. If you click on this, and I'm going to click on that right now, you see how it says 98%? Now, if you want to know why you are not at the 100, right? It kind of breaks it down right here. It says 1 order missing processing time. That's the order that I was telling you guys about, that I put in the fake tracking number, but I forgot to put in the processing time. There you go. That's my order. So, but let's say that you don't know what order. What are you talking about? Stuff like that. Which order came late or something like that. Look right here, export. So you can export a sheet and it'll export all your sales for that time period, okay? And then right there, that is where you can look and you can find the orders that are missing the processing time, that has shipped late, or is missing any kind of tracking info, okay? So I want to make sure that you guys saw that because that is really good. Now, for the reviews and the messages, they don't do that. You click on those and it won't break it down. It won't say, well, these people gave you low reviews, or these are the messages that you didn't respond to. It doesn't allow you to export it like that. But when it comes to the shipping, right, that section, you can do an export of that file and you can look at all of your orders for that time period that they're rating you. And that's when you can home in and you can see which ones were missing what, okay? And another thing too, one of the things that I did, which I highly recommend, if you see an error in any of your shipping or stuff like that, because my thing was I saw the issue with the local delivery item. Etsy has if you contact Etsy directly, which I did for the very first time, and it was for that. And let me tell you, very, very, very helpful. The gentleman that picked up the phone was able to explain to me, and he told me exactly what to do when you have a local sale and stuff like that, and you wanted to create the listing on Etsy for them to pay you, and for you to have a, because I wanted I wanted the credit on the Etsy shop. So he told me, he said, put in the fake number, and then he said, put the processing time, and then you're golden and stuff like that. They are very, very helpful. So if you need help with that, call them. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call them and just say, hey, I own this shop, and I was looking at my dashboard, and I did an export, and I saw this, whatever. They explain everything in detail. They're really, really good staff. I was really impressed. I was impressed. That was the first time that I reached out to Etsy. See, woo, that's a sale. So, God, who was it that asked me? I think it was Miss Brown. That's the sale that you get when you got a sale on Etsy. And what did I sell? Let me see. I'll tell you right now. What did somebody buy? Baby blankets. Well, I guess I better make some baby blankets. Okay, so guys, let you guys go. Because I got some baby blankets to pack up and embroider and stuff like that. So, yeah. Okay, got some work to do. So anyway, guys, I am going to go right now because you can see now I got to go back to work. So I will talk to you guys soon. Hope you guys like this video. Please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And also, you know, if you need anything, you know, just reach out. I'm here to help. I have a Facebook group called Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. It's a great group. It's a great place for you guys to ask questions, reach, you know, get help, and even show off what you're doing and stuff like that, and share your ideas and stuff. It's a great group. So anyway, guys, you know, have a great weekend. Be safe and happy sewing and embroidery. So I will talk to you guys later, and have a good night. Bye.